Whatever you do, and wherever you go, be a lover always. Be a lover always. And if you've not loved, if you've not been loved in return, count not your life as having been lived, for it will not matter in the end. My lips got lost on the way to the kiss. That's how drunk I was. Luckily, though, I still connected with the most tender part of her. The moon conceived. What a wild-looking baby we're going to have. I want that kind of grace from love that when it hits, I won't get off the floor for days. And when I finally do stagger into a semblance of poise, I will still need a cane and shoulder to help me walk. And I will need great patience from any who try to decipher my slurred speech. You should forget about knowing the friend, unless you are willing to kiss the world with great abandon. On a day when the wind is perfect, the sail just needs to open and the world is full of beauty. Today is such a day. My eyes are like the sun that makes promises, the promise of life that it always keeps each morning. The living heart gives to us, as does that luminous sphere. Both caress the earth with great tenderness. There is a breeze that can enter the soul. This love, I know, plays a drum. Peace is wonderful, but ecstatic dance is more fun and less narcissistic. The grass beneath the tree is content and silent. A squirrel holds an acorn in its praying hands, offering thanks, it looks like. The nut tastes sweet. I bet the prayer spiced it up somehow. The broken shells fall on the grass, and the grass looks up and says, "Hey." And the squirrel looks down and says, "Hey." I've been saying hey lately to love. Formalities just weren't working. If love said, "Rumi, pay homage to everything that has helped you enter my arms," there would not be one experience of my life, not one thought, not one feeling, not any act I would not bow to. I stood before a silkworm one day, and that night my heart said to me, "I can do things like that I can spin skies. I can be woven into love that can bring warmth to people. I can be soft against a crying face. I can be wings that lift. And I replied to my heart, "Dear, can you really do all those things?" And it just nodded yes in silence. So we began, and will never cease. I like when the music happens like this. Something in love's eye grabs a hold of a tambourine in me. Then I turn and lift a violin in someone else. And they turn, and this turning continues. It has reached you now. Isn't that something? Okay, I'll do it. Sing longer songs tonight. Because sometimes you're just so damn hard to please. And I guess I am still courting you, trying to get into your soul's knickers. What makes you like that? Grouchy around the edges. What classrooms have you lounged in? What nonsense have you traded your gold for? How can you look so needy? Love is growing in fields you own. It hangs from trees you pass every day, disguised as that peach and pine cone. Every sound I hear, love made it. I've been walking with 2 canes these days. Guess why? It's because of your beauty and that blonde peach fuzz floating everywhere like dust. It has made me so drunk. Do not think only that the raindrop becomes the ocean, but that the ocean also becomes the raindrop. These just aren't words you're hearing. If you churn them, you could have some good cream. If you kept working with my poetry, you could even open up a shop and sell the finest butter. Nibble at me. Don't gulp me down. How often is it you have a guest in your house who can fix everything? If you put your hands to this oar with me, they will never harm another, and they will come to find they hold everything you want. If you put your hands on this oar with me, they would no longer lift anything to your mouth that might wound your precious land, that sacred earth that is your body. If you put your soul against this oar with me, the power that made the universe will enter your sinew from a source not outside your limbs, but from a holy realm that lives in us. Exuberant is existence. Time is a husk. When the moment cracks open, love goes mad. Ecstasy leaps out and devours space. Why lay yourself on the torturer's rack of the past and future? The mind that tries to shape tomorrow beyond its capacities will find no rest. Be kind to yourself, dear, to your innocent follies. Forget any sounds or touch you knew that did not help you dance. You will come to see that all evolves us. If you put your heart against the earth with me, in serving every creature, our beloved will enter you, and we will be so happy. What will our children do in the morning? Will they wake with their hearts wanting to play the way wings should? Will they have dreamed the dreams and gathered the needed flights that all men and women need in order to balance the charm of the earth, so that her power and beauty does not make us forget our own? I know all about the ways of the heart, how it wants to be alive. Love so needs to love that it will endure almost anything, even abuse, just to flicker for a moment. But the sky's mouth is kind. Its song will never hurt you. I sing those words. What will our children do in the morning if they do not see us fly? The sadness I have caused any face by letting a stray word strike it. Any pain I've caused you, what can I do to make us even? Demand 100-fold of me, I'll pay it. During the day I hold my feet accountable to watch out for wondrous insects and their dwellings. Why would I want to bring horror into their extraordinary world? Magnetic fields draw us to light. They move our limbs and thoughts, but it is still dark. If our hearts do not hold a lantern, we will stumble over each other, huddled beneath the sky as we are. Something inside said I was a mineral, and I was so glad just to be. I replied, I'll take that job. It sounds like fun. After eons, roots appeared on my soul that wanted to nurse from a warm body. And the wonder of her love, the tenderness of the earth, lifted me into the air, and I beheld light and praised it from the fields. Time sculpted my senses, and another song I heard. You are more than plant. You are like those extraordinary beasts. So I believed that and roamed and roamed, but then I started thinking, what is my real truth? I became the wings on falcons and angels. I flirted with God in the sky, and I believed that love, once in a while kissing me, would be as close to love as I would get. But now I know. All words and images deceive our true glory. When you find it, the wonderment of earth's gifts you will lay aside as naturally as a child does a doll. But, dear, how sweet you look to me, kissing the unreal. Comfort, fulfill yourself in any way possible. Do that until you ache. Until you ache. Then come to me again. I darkened my eyes with the dust of sadness until each of them was a sea full of pearls. All the tears which we creatures shed for love are not tears as many think, but pearls. My heart tells me it is distressed with love, but I can only laugh at such pretend injuries. You, soul, free of we and I. When a man and woman become one, that one is you. And when that one is obliterated, there you are. Where is this we and this I? By the side of the beloved. You made this we and this I in order that you might play this game of courtship with yourself, that all the yous and I's might become one soul, and finally drown in the beloved. The garden of love is green without limit, and yields many fruits other than sorrow or joy. Love is beyond either condition. Whatever you do, and wherever you go, be a lover always. Be a lover always. And if you've not loved, if you've not been loved in return, count not your life as having been lived, for it will not matter in the end.